everyone, today I've got my Space Jam: A New Legacy movie review. Everybody get up, it's time to Space Jam, they said. Yeah, they might have actually dropped the ball on this one. As far as the story goes, as a fan of the original Space Jam starring Michael Jordan, I thought, how could they possibly top it? And actually, quite frankly, why would they even bother making a sequel or another Space Jam type of movie? Now, I heard back in the day, the first Space Jam movie wasn't well received, and that was shocking to me because I liked the plot of that movie better. This one has LeBron James, who calls himself the king, getting an opportunity to be in a movie from Warner Brothers themselves, and he turns it down because he wants to focus on, doing his own thing with his career, with basketball. But of course, there's an evil plan devised by this computer program who kidnaps LeBron's son, and there's a basketball game that is being played between the Looney Tunes and the opposing force. Wait, are they literally creating the same scenario like the first movie? Only this time there are more stakes? I mean, I feel like there might be, but it is unoriginal. The plot was chaotic and all over the place, and I feel like it tried to form its own identity, but came off desperate for attention, and the messaging was self-serving and disingenuous. So as far as the casting goes, LeBron James in the lead was nowhere near as iconic as Michael Jordan from the original, and I honestly don't think he's that great of an actor in general. Remember when he was in a movie called Trainwreck? Well, this was an even bigger train wreck. Yeah, so I was just really irritated with, what he was bringing to the table. Don Cheadle, who plays Al-G Rhythm, and he was just a laughable excuse for a villain, and I just wasn't a fan. I mean, come on. It just really, the whole villain trope of, I have to kidnap somebody and then somebody has to come and rescue them, and it just feels so overdone. I mean, it really bothered me, honestly. So the things that I liked about this movie was that I will admit I did laugh a couple of times. I mean, who wouldn't? Because, it's the Looney Tunes, so I kind of have a soft spot for the Looney Tunes crew who contributed to most of the laughter that I had throughout the movie. Some of those special effects I feel like did look really cool. I mean, they kind of looked cool from the trailer, and with this updated version of the Space Jam movies, I feel like it definitely was for this generation to enjoy. But unfortunately, the things that I didn't really like about this movie was, what in the Matrix hell? The Looney Tunes being turned into 3D characters just took me out of the movie. I mean, I do like their classic 2D versions, which they do have in the movie, a couple times. Zendaya as Lola Bunny also sounded weird. I'm sorry that I have to call any of the characters out, because I do have my favorites, Sylvester, Bugs Bunny, but it was just so weird. And while I fangirled over seeing some of those cameos from Warner Brothers properties, like the DC characters, Game of Thrones, etc., Wizard of Oz was in there too, it just reminded me of Ready Player One instead of Space Jam 2. Or should I even bother calling this a sequel? And I felt I was focusing more on spotting any and every character. I wasn't even paying attention to the basketball game that was going on in this movie that is the whole main, purpose of the story. And it just felt like a big ad for Warner Brothers properties, and this is what they decided to greenlight instead of the Snyder Cut, or at least what they preferred people see. over the Snyder Cut. It's frustrating. So now I'm glad I don't have to watch it again. So overall, I would say that I just did not like this movie at all. I think it's one of the worst movies of the year. And I think I'll stick with rewatching the OG Space Jam because I still love that movie. So I would not recommend seeing this movie. I mean, people who grew up watching the first Space Jam who love that movie would definitely not love this. But maybe your kids will because it's still got that animation that, you know, they'll just be in tune with. So, yeah. So I would give this 1 heart on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Space Jam: A New Legacy. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates, come back every week for a Chill Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. And I will see you guys later.